on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna break some hearts, or we might melt some hearts. I don't know. One of the two is gonna happen because we've actually modified an unobtainable Galil Ace, the 13-inch 545. Of the three variants, it's probably gonna be the most heavily sought after in the years to come. Now, cat's out of the bag. You saw the opening to this video. You already know a lot that's done to it. Let's go through it in detail, and if you stick around to the end of the video, we are not only going to get through all the badass upgrades and shoot the balls off of it, we're going to go shoot a match with it. We didn't shoot a match in the last video. Some of you were a little upset about that, but I already knew we were going to modify it. I can only shoot one match a month as of right now, so we might as well pimp it to the max and then go put it on the clock. So stick around. That's going to happen. Anyway, guys, as you know, I have an FFL and an SOT, so we went ahead and used one of our special stones and evolved this thing into an SBR. Yes, it's now on the books as an SBR, which is why we got rid of that booty cheese arm brace and have a real Galil Ace stock. This gun's many shades of gray, and it looks awesome. It kind of works. So real quick, Galil Ace stock, we've really wrapped the piss out of this thing with Goon tape. We've actually built it up in the rear, added a little bit of cushion for the pushing. We're going to leave the plastic magwell on this thing. We run the delete kits on a lot of these, but this one, not going to get rid of it. I'll tell you why in a second. Since we're stuck with it, we Goon taped some more things. We've trimmed it to where it is all the way up here. It is squishy, it is cushy, it is awesome. Freaking love Goon tape. It's basically hockey tape. Nice little field mod. Love Goon tape. We did a Trijicon RMR. I love putting pistol optics on guns. We're using the UTG mount. These things are 25 bucks on Amazon. Find a better SRO, MRO mount out there. Trijicon will charge you 100 bucks. Not only are they the perfect height for this gun, it looks good, it's flush, there's no snaggy bits, it's hollow through the center. I can see my irons perfectly through the center, and it's high enough. When I look through it, I don't see any iron sight, any flashlight, anything in my field of view. It's perfectly wide and open. We put an ALG trigger in it. It's sriracha sauce, man. Gotta put that shit on everything. Here's the thing. They can be made to work in a Galil Ace. It takes a little bit of Dremel work, and it takes a couple extra springs. You gotta have an AKM hammer spring. You have to have it. This one's giving me some problems. I had quite a few light primer strikes today. Same thing happened. I know what I need to do to fix it, but we got plenty of shooting, even with having that. Be a constant thorn on our side. But by the end of the video, when we go shoot the match, which is like 2 weeks from now, the trigger is going to be running like a champ. Not to say it doesn't run great now. It's a freaking sewing machine. Huge upgrade, man. Big. RS Regulate rail, man. The 10-inch. The GAR 10M-N. This is what everyone wants, man. These things are absolute unobtainium. They are freaking moon rocks as of August 2021. They've been out of stock for months. Back when they were in stock, they came in several different colors and a few different bolt patterns, because even Galils have different bolt patterns for the Handguard, so you gotta know when you're buying it. Truth be told, this is one I had from a year ago that I damaged on camera, actually. RS Regulate saw that, sent another one as a warranty repair, which is the black one that's on my 5.56 Galil Ace. This has been sitting in my closet for a year. I forgot the damn thing was even there until like last week. I'm sitting around going, I think I have one of their rails in my closet. I bet I can get it to work. I didn't have any of the mounting hardware, anything. I smoothed it out with a hammer. It was pretty well warped on the bottom. You can't even tell, am I right? On this handguard, we have a Slate Black Industries hand stop, which is just awesome. Plastic, it's not cold to the touch. Feels great on my hand, and it's in a really good position with the Thorntail light mount that you'll see up there. I've had this thing sitting in a parts bin forever. Forgot I had it too and thought this would be a great gun to actually bust it out. So what I did was I put the hand stop just so, with the hand stop locked in, my thumb wraps right over the smooth portion and I can actuate the light, and feels pretty good, man. Nice smooth spot for my thumb to wrap over instead of this pick rail. And my hand is on that awesome Slate Black hand stop. It just fell out perfectly, and sometimes it just be like that. Now back to why we left the plastic magwell on this thing. The handguards come ready to be adapted to the plastic mag well. So they come with this piece that actually kind of follows the body lines. Well, you can actually buy a smooth piece if you were to remove the plastic and put a delete kit on. They've been out of stock for many moons. There's no way I'm getting one, so I figured, you know what? I got lucky that I got this thing to even work on here, and it's straight, solid, mounted perfectly. If I'm gonna rock that, might as well leave the plastic on so it doesn't look dumb. So that is what we did. I know in the last video I said I wasn't gonna suppress this thing. I felt that way for like 2 days and then decided we're gonna suppress this thing. So one of my favorite muzzle devices, the JMac RRD2C Chemo. This thing doesn't have much recoil, so we didn't need the 4-chamber brake. Plus we want to keep it short, so the shortest of the short 2-chamber Chemo. Remember, these mount with a jam nut. You know how many of you guys send me messages going, I can't get my muzzle brake off, my Ace. There's a jam nut on there. You have to spin them in opposite directions, guys. Come on. Let's use our heads. 2 wrenches. You'll figure it out. We put a K&S adjustable piston in there. So I've had mixed feelings about the K&S piston in the past when it comes to tuning recoil. I think they're good at tuning recoil, but you have to stay on your toes. Anytime you change ammo, anytime the temperature changes, you're constantly tuning, so I just leave them closed until I suppress. That is when you get the full effect of the K&S piston. I wouldn't attempt to suppress an AK without one. Maybe 10 feet away. They're spitting out like 2 feet. Recoil, never heard of her, man. Nothing at all. Man, see how flat that was? Ooh, damn. Bad, but we gotta start somewhere. There we go. 2.8. There we go. 2.8 again. That did it. 2.2. 2.2. I'm not sure if I've ever gotten that fast. Didn't pull that second shot, but sucker will move. .583. All right, we know it shoots suppressed. We know it shoots really well unsuppressed. I gotta tell you, this thing is freaking heavy with that can hanging off the end, which is why we didn't shoot that much suppressed. We know what it'll do. But can we do all that under the clock at a match with stress, with people watching and everything else. Well, if we don't come within the top 3, I'm gonna be a little bit disappointed unless it's on me and I just can't hit anything or run into issues. If the gun is flawless and we don't come in the top 3, I gotta tell you, I'm gonna be thoroughly surprised, because I think this gun has what it takes to just kill at a freaking match, man. Let's go see what she's got. We're here at the match. We're about to shoot our first stage. Couple things. The second half of this is being filmed like 2 months after the first half. Got COVID, was out for a while, missed the match. Anyway, we have a different optic. We're running the PA SLX, something I've been really wanting to try. So no RMR today. This has the ACSS etched reticle. I have astigmatism. We're gonna see if it is sharp for me today. We fixed the ALG trigger, took an extra power spring. We had light primer strike, so if you're having issues with an ALG and a Galil, try an extra power hammer spring. They've got really tough springs on the firing pins. Other than that, it's exactly like you saw it. Let's shoot our first stage.
Stand by.
That optic's weird. That optic's weird. It zooms out.
Oh, great.
Here you go. Is shooter ready? Stand by. You got this. Is shooter ready? Stand by. Hit! 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 Well done.
Let me know when you're ready. Shooter ready, stand by.
Oh, no.
I'm running it.
Keep going.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah, stuck case. Keep going.
Gosh.
Back at the house, everyone, and right away, I just have to tell you right away, clearly there were some issues. There were definitely some issues. You heard me complaining about the optic a couple times, and I'll briefly talk about that. Let's cover how we did right away before we get into the good and bad. Out of 55 shooters, we actually came in 3rd place. How? I don't know. I felt like I bombed on one stage, but we actually came in 2nd place 3 times in a row on stage 1, 2, and 3. But on 4, because of that issue, it dropped us down. But we shot clean, had absolutely no penalties. The gun was perfectly accurate, but not perfectly reliable with the ammo that we brought. Now let's talk about that right now. I've mentioned many times before, these 545 Galils will absolutely not run Red Army Standard 69 grain. Ain't gonna happen, don't even try. You're gonna be knocking stuck cases out and mortaring constantly. We brought Red Army Standard 60 grain, which has always been 100% reliable. However, I had a bag of 20 or 30 rounds of Silver Bear. I kind of used it to top off a few mags, and it was kind of scattered through my 45 round Molot mag. We're shooting the match, everything's great. First problem, the stage where we had to walk from left to right and just spray targets, you probably saw, had a dead trigger, charged it, kept going. We're not too sure at that moment in time if it was a hammer follow, light primer strike, or what. Come to find out, it was a Silver Bear round that had a light primer strike. We're like, okay, not too sure what to think about that, because we fixed the light primer strike issue with an extra power hammer spring, and it's been flawless for a couple hundred rounds testing that. Left side charge, I'm telling you, in the heat of the moment, quick rip, makes fixing malfunctions awesome compared to having the charging handle on the right side. So big thumbs up for the Galil for doing that. Stage 4, this is where everything got super funky and didn't know what the hell was going on. You actually saw my second run. My first run looked like this. Molot 45 rounder, had some Silver Bear mixed in, we go to shoot, it's a bolt gun, won't cycle. Then we have double feeds, it's a disaster, they stop it, they let me have an extra run. Some Silver Bears started to come up in the mag and it just caused all these issues, and like how? I mean, how does this gun not run Silver Bear? I can't believe that. I thought it was the 45 round mag, because both of those first issues happened with the Molot mag, so I don't use the Molot mag. I grab a 30 round plum that's got a little bit of Silver Bear on top, and the rest is all wolf. You saw what happened. Couple of shots, awesome. We go to the other side, and stuck case. Freaking stuck case, man. And it was the Silver Bear that was stuck in the chamber, which was just crazy to me. This just doesn't happen with the 8-inch and the 16-inch. We have all three variants of this thing. So, that's a bit of a mystery, man. If anyone else is having that problem and you have a 13-inch Ace, please reach out to me and let me know if it's just me. Obviously, another guy was saying he was having the same problem. I want to know if it's a common thing, not only with the 545 Ace, but I wonder if it's specific to the 13-inch. Very, very weird. Other than that, the gun was awesome, super flawless, no recoil, super accurate, just a dream to shoot, especially configured like this. Even though this optic is a little weird to me, man. It's a Primary Arms SLX. This is kind of the new hotness from Primary, and you guys all know we went to that Primary Arms range day, and I'm like, gotta have it, so I got one. After actually taking it to a match, it was fine. I didn't notice it when I was zeroing the gun. I really didn't. But at the match, man, when I'm running, it seems like I would look at a target, when my eye would look through the optic, it, to me, made it look like the target was slightly farther away looking through the optic. That kind of played like a brain trick on me, and every time I looked through it, I kind of had to reset and make sure I was looking at the right target. It just threw me off a little, but it didn't hold zero very well, and it looked very sharp even with my astigmatisms. But that zoom thing, and it's like a scope. You know when you don't look directly through a scope and you do this, it kind of blacks out. It does that too. Red dots don't do that. But it's so crisp and clear and held zero so well, I'm gonna keep shooting it and see if we start to fall in love with it more. Right now, it's still new, and that is an issue for me so far. But so guys, bumps in the roads, but still a third place finish. I will take that any day of the week, especially having malfunctions. I'm extremely happy with how today went. I'm extremely happy with how this thing is configured. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and let's close this thing out with 20 rounds of no recoil. Freaking ripping with this thing. Go buy Third Pin Threads, buy a hat, buy a shirt. I'm never gonna do Patreon. I want you to get something for your money. If you feel so inclined to help out the channel, it's greatly appreciated. And we will definitely see you next week.